At first, my heartiest and warmest congratulations each and every one of you for joining with me in online education. Dear students, hope you all are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also well. Let's say Alhamdulillah, those who are still safe and sound. That's okay, no more talk, now come to the point. In my previous classes, I discussed many rules or techniques of changing an active voice into passive voice. Today, I will discuss change of interrogative sentence. In order to change an interrogative sentence from active to passive, at first we have to take an auxiliary verb according to tense and the object which will be subject. Look at the sentence. In this sentence, we see he, subject, write, main verb, a letter, object. It is an auxiliary verb. It is main verb, auxiliary verb. If we want to change this sentence in passive, at first we have to take an auxiliary verb. Now I have to see what kind of tense is it. Does he write a letter? Does indicates that it is a present indefinite tense. So I have to take auxiliary verb am, is or are. Yes, a letter will be subject. So for a letter we have to take auxiliary verb is, not am or are, because a letter is third person and singular. For third person and singular we use is. That's why I have to take auxiliary verb is. Then a letter will be used. Next, PP of main verb will be used. Main verb write, written. Then we have to use preposition by. That is to say, it is our third step, number 3. First step, second step, third step. It is our fourth step, not third step, fourth step. At last, that means final step. Number 5, we have to use subject, which will be object in passive voice. After by is a preposition, and after any kind of preposition we always use object form of personal pronoun. Remember it. After any kind of preposition we always use object form of personal pronoun. Here he will be him and the marks will be question mark, as it is interrogative sentence, and it is okay. Now come in next sentence. Are they playing football? তারা কি ক্রিকেট খেলছে? তারা কি ফুটবল খেলতেছে? তাহলে if we want to change this into passive voice, at first we have to take an auxiliary verb according to tense. Football will be subject, so I have to take auxiliary verb is. Then object will be subject, football. First task, second task, now third task. PP of main verb will be used. Play will be played. Third step is done, or okay. Now go to the fourth step. By will be used. Now last step, final step. They will be used them, because subject will be always used as object in the passive voice. Question mark. I hope that's clear now. Now go to the next step. Now look at the voice change of interrogative sentence with who. Interrogative sentence with who. Who is calling me? If we want to change this sentence into passive voice, we have to use by whom instead of by who. instead of who we have to use by whom, and then according to tense and subject I have to use auxiliary verb. It is present continuous tense, so auxiliary verb will be am being, is being, or are being. As me, in this sentence object, it will be subject, so I have to use am being. For I have to take auxiliary verb am. I am. Am being will be used if you find more than one auxiliary verb in any sentence, then you have to use first auxiliary verb before the subject. Look at the matter. Am being will be the auxiliary verb for this sentence, for making the sentence into passive. Here I will use am before subject I, and the next auxiliary verb, the remaining part, will be used after I. That means being. Next, PP of main verb will be used. CALLED, called. Call is the main verb, so PP of main verb is called. Called. Question mark will be used and it is okay. Now look at the voice change of interrogative sentence with whom. Interrogative sentence with whom. Whom is he teaching English? We have to use who instead of whom. Instead of whom, we have to use who. Then we have to take auxiliary verb according to tense and subject. Here this sentence is present continuous tense, that's why I have to take auxiliary verb am being, is being, are being. Is being. PP of main verb will be used. Teach, taught. English. By subject will be object. Question mark. That's okay. Now let's see the voice change of interrogative sentence with what. Interrogative sentence with what. What do you want? What? No change of what. It will remain unchanged. Present indefinite tense, that's why auxiliary verb will be used is. Is will be used as auxiliary verb. PP of main verb, wanted. By will be used you. Subject form you and object form is also you. Now look at the next sentence. What made you laugh? In this sentence we have to use by what instead of what. Instead of what I have used by what. By what? Why? Because in this sentence what is used as object, but in this sentence what is used as subject. When what will be used as subject of any sentence, it will be not changed, it will remain unchanged. But when what will be used as object of any sentence, it will be by what. It will be changed by what. By what? Auxiliary verb has to be taken where. You. Made. To laugh. And it is also okay. I hope that's clear now. Dear students, no more today, more when we meet again in our next class.